Three Dimensions once again collaborate with dazzling animation, and once more the entire family can be entertained together with this new film from 20th Century Fox. Hello there everyone, I'm movie critic Nick Yakabuchi here for Review.com, and our next movie review is the very colorful Rio. This PG comedy opened on Friday, April 15, 2011, and it features the voice talents of Jesse Eisenberg, Anne Hathaway, George Lopez, Tracy Morgan, and Jamie Foxx. Rio comes to us from director Carlos Saldana, a veteran of directing animated hits, most notably the Ice Age trilogy, as well as Robots from 2005. Mr. Saldana must be a firm believer in sticking to what you are best at because he once again directs animation over live action. Now our story opens telling us the tale of a bird named Blue, voiced perfectly by Jesse Eisenberg. Now that is not only his name, that is also his color, and he's an extremely domesticated macaw from a very small town from the great state of Minnesota. He couldn't be happier than to be in the security and the safety of his own four walls, and words like independence, adventure, and excitement couldn't be further from his vocabulary. Then his entire world gets turned into an uproar when he meets what can only be described as the bird of his dreams. Soon after the entrance of Anne Hathaway's Jewel, the normal and everyday pattern to Blue's life becomes anything but, and before you know it, they are quickly off to a very big adventure to you-know-where, Rio de Janeiro. Along the way, Blue must not only learn how to fly, but he must also tolerate the antics of Raphael the toucan, the hilarious Pedro and Nico, and still try and manage to break free of his mental cage and truly spread his wings. Well, people, I have actually been looking forward to seeing this film for quite a while, and I'm very happy to report that I wasn't completely disappointed. Rio is a bright and boisterous feature that never relents on just how much it can put into one chase sequence, and just how many chase sequences they could possibly put into one movie. There is a very big opening and closing number, and throughout the filmmakers try and throw in a musical and dance number every now and again. One problem is each time they did this, they sold the audience short by basically cutting every one of these songs in half. I liked where they were going with this, but it seemed like they didn't want to out-and-out copy the entire Disney formula. Once again, Jesse Eisenberg proves himself to be one of the most likable actors in Hollywood, whether he's animated or not. Eisenberg was perfectly cast as the lovable but somewhat annoying bird that is flight challenged. He does play the same type of character he's played before, and I very much encourage him not to fall into the same Michael Cera trap of typecasting. Anne Hathaway also brings her infectious personality and spreads her comical wings once again. What a past 12 months this young actress has had with this movie, Love and Other Drugs, co-hosting the Academy Awards, and with her announced as our next Catwoman, she's really on a roll. Now together these two more than play off each other and never let the other one take over, and put simply people, they complement each other very well. Then you have Jamie Foxx and will.i.am as very funny sidekicks, and Tracy Morgan couldn't have fit his cartoon counterpart any better. Actually, all the actors seem to fit their character as well as the animated look, and the film also has a great villain in Jermaine Clement, who shows up as an evil cockatoo enforcer. Now, maybe I'm nitpicking, but Rio had one too many blatant comparisons to some of the Toy Story franchise, some that I just couldn't miss. Also, the kidnapping story and the selling of illegal birds just kept the story moving and really didn't add anything to it. It was a very basic story, and the non-complexity of it hurt this project immensely. There were so many chase scenes that I believed that they started to overshadow what could have easily been a much better script. Veteran screenwriter Don Reimer has penned some very witty material in spots, but I found it to be all too a familiar story and nothing but predictable all around. At 96 minutes, this was nothing that adults haven't seen before, but kids will definitely love this, especially with the addition of the 3D glasses. Rio was one of the best looking films that I've seen in a while, but it also had more than its fair share of flaws. This is good fun for any age and families as well, but it just could have been more tightly told and with less wasted time in it. A mild but still favorable 2 1/2 stars out of 4. And remember people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.